Welcome back to another Deals from the Driver's Seat. This week, it required me to be the quarterback. Going deep, baby. Even though I look like a flight attendant, right? But calling audibles, moving pieces, coordinating lenders, processors, hard money lenders and partners, and keeping the entire refinance process moving despite delays, holidays, and missing documents. And today, I'm going to break down the real estate investor skill that no one talks about. Not finding deals, not funding deals, but leading deals. So this week, Michelle, the processor from James' team, one of my preferred mortgage brokers. I have more than one, but James is one of my preferred mortgage brokers. But anyway, they tell me they need LLC documents, right, that I didn't actually have. So instead of panicking, oh no, this guy is falling, I asked, okay, what other path gets us to the finish line? Michelle, she checks with her team and says, you know what, Juan? If you could provide me with one additional bank statement, September of this year, we can get around it through going the personal route with your bank statement instead of getting this document from the LC. That's what I mean by quarterbacking. Not everything goes your way in business or real estate investing, but everything can move your way when you stay composed, right, and ask the right questions. You can't build wealth without leadership. You can't scale real estate without communication, right? You got to get on the phone with people. It's not all about text and written communication. You got to build that rapport and speak with people. So this week, I had to keep Michelle updated, get clear timelines, and push for certainty. She originally gave me a vague closing date. Not so sure, so she wanted to commit to anything. But vagueness doesn't help, because I need the specifics. I need to keep Rick, who's my hard money lender, in the loop, keep him informed. So I respectfully push for clarity. Why? Because I want another deal with Rick and his money. He's a private money lender of mine. So I want to keep him updated what's going on with this refinance so I can pay him back and do another deal with him. And we landed on December 12th. So quarterbacks, under pressure, right? They don't wait for certainty, they create certainty. It's just like being in the pocket. The pressure is coming, right? But don't fold. The opportunity will open. Now let's talk about hard money. It's a touchy subject for some because they just think it's way too expensive. But Rick, he's a great private lender, but he's still testing me. He wants to see me refinance out this first loan with him that I have before giving me a second, a third, and a fourth. And that's fair. He wants to test the waters. But I can't let one lender slow down my acquisition flow. So I reached out to James, the broker who's doing my refinances, and I asked, do you also have hard money lenders in your network and your repertoire, right, that allow me to purchase and rehab a property at 70 to 75% of ARV? And he said, yes. I sent him a text. So we're going to set up that call. You're going to listen to it, because as an investor, you never rely on one funding source. You build a bench. You build depth. You build options. Because just like with sports, if your star quarterback is just not performing because of injury, you got someone else who can come off the bench and perform. That's what it's all about. This Friday, I begin applying for business lines of credit. Woohoo! Once the capital is in hand, we're hunting distress, multifamily properties where we can not only make it rent ready, you know, we have, let's say, it's a 4-unit, 1 unit is trashed, and we gotta get it rent ready, renovated, what have you, but add real value, extra bedrooms, extra bathrooms, and even extra units. This is why preparation matters. You prepare the field before you build the house. All right, so it's about that time. I'm about to call James, that's my hard money lender, so just to give you some insight before I give him a call. I'm a minute late, so I like to be on time. But Rick is my main hard money lender. You know, I worked with him in the past, but I haven't done a deal with him in a few years because we've been doing more multifamily. Now I'm getting back into more of the value plays, fix and rent and so forth. So being that I have the experience, I have the portfolio, Rick is like, hey, well, I know we did a few deals a few years ago, but what have you done for me lately? Pretty much, right? So he said, okay, I'll test you out with a deal. Once this deal is closed, then we can open up the line and you can do more deals. So even though I still have Rick in my back pocket, I want to talk to James, my preferred mortgage broker that I'm using for the refinances, just to see what we can do in terms of hard money, to see if I can use both in tandem, right, for multiple deals. So I'm giving him a call now. Let's see how this goes.
Hey, Juan, Pablo.
Hey, what's up, James? I didn't know if I was getting your voicemail or not. Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, good, man. Yeah, sorry about that. I was on another call just trying to wrap it up. I saw you calling in. I knew it was 2. I looked at the clock about 5 minutes too, and I'm like, oh, I gotta make this quick. But took a little bit longer. So sorry I didn't answer the first time, man. But I'm glad that we are connected now. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Yeah, no problem. I know how it is. You know, I appreciate you carving out the time. So I don't want to eat up too much of your time. But yeah, I know we were texting yesterday, and as you're aware, you know, we're doing a refinance, especially starting with 711 Carlisle, just so we can free up the hard money loan that we have. But I also want to know if you happen to have, additional lenders up your sleeve.
Absolutely, man. Yeah. I mean, I've got lenders usually for pretty much everything, man. I mean, fix and flips, ground up construction, portfolios, DSCRs, business credit, business lending, RV parks, mobile homes, office space, mixed use. Like usually, pretty much anything I can help, get financed. You guys are actually playing in a niche that's a little bit more difficult, actually, with the lower priced, like multifamilies and stuff. Mm-hmm. But some of our other deals, or not other deals, but lending products are pretty smooth, man. So you mentioned hard money. Were you thinking like fix and flips and stuff, or? Yeah.
Let me share with you the strategy, and you let me know like what terms we can possibly get. Is that fair?
Okay.
All right. So this is what we're looking to do, and I'll be short and sweet because I got to hit the road soon. What we're looking to do is we're looking to acquire multi-unit properties that are distressed, right? And we want to be able to not just make it rent ready, but add value, whether it's adding a bedroom, adding a bath, or if possible, attic or basement, adding another livable unit. And then so once it's fixed up with the value add, we refinance and be on our merry way. We're looking for like 100% cash recycle. So like for instance, we put 30 cash in, we want 30K back out. And so that's why I want to know, like, if you have lenders up your sleeve who can do that, and if so, you don't have to give me the exact numbers, but you could spitball what you've seen in the industry, like up to 75% ARV, 70% ARV, interest rate, what percentage you're seeing, how many points. Just want to get a general idea.
Yep. So, definitely can do that. I'm working. I got a lender that I work really closely with that does that. Not everybody will do the construction piece on the multifamilies, but I got a lender that will, and they do them regularly. So, but the rates that they'll do is, the max loan is going to be 75% of ARV.
Okay.
And generally speaking, the rates on these are like short-term bridge loans, like 12-month terms, interest only, and all that kind of thing. But they're generally in that like 9 to maybe 12% range. And a lot of that kind of comes down to credit score plays a little bit of a factor in there, but experience also, helps as well. And so if somebody's got good credit and they got experience, they could probably get in with like 10% down, plus closing costs or whatever. And then that should easily be able to help you, because if you push value and force appreciation with the refinance, you know what I mean? Then, or not with the refinance, but with the construction, then you should be able to get that cash back out and then just put that into a long-term rental loan, and you're good,
Okay, good. So you're saying, as long as we have the right profile in terms of credit and rap sheet, credibility, experience, we could possibly get an interest rate between 9 and 12%. You mentioned 10% down payment, 75% ARV, and that's about it, right?
Yeah, that's about it. I mean, even if you don't have the credit and the experience, I can still get it done. It's just that they might want more down kind of thing.
I got you.
You know what I mean? So it's not like you won't get not you, but whoever, like you won't get declined. You know what I mean? It's just that the terms might not be as favorable. But if you have, say you have some experience and good credit, though, you won't be at the 12% mark. You know what I mean? You'd be down probably closer to 10. You know what I mean? So it all kind of just depends on the deal itself. But those are some pretty basic parameters I think that you could expect. You know what I mean?
Okay, cool. Now, all right, that sounds good. I'm like what I'm hearing. So, okay, and now what about, do we have to be at a certain value, right? Because you know how some lenders, I know we're talking about hard money, but let's say we switch to conventional. Yeah. Some conventional lenders, they don't want to touch a loan below $75,000 or $100,000, and I get it too. It's not worth their time in terms of the commissions they'll receive. Is this the same for this lender? Like, does he have a minimum?
Well, so not on the fix and flips. No minimums on the fix and flips. But the thing is once it's done, we'll want to make sure that it can at least appraise for,
100 plus.
I would say just because of the multifamily aspect of it, they would want to see that over 100. If it's like a 1 to 4 unit, then that just is considered single family. So then, we're at 75 appraised value and 55 loan amount. But once we get to once you get into that 5+ unit range, I mean, most of those, they want those values to be over $400,000 to $500,000. I do have one, and I'm working with a couple of clients that I think came through you, where we're doing them in the 80s and 90s. So I would say yes. I'm 5+. We probably want to be at least at 100,000. I would think.
Okay, great. Because that's the game plan. So my plan of action is this: once we knock out the refinances, starting with 7-Eleven, and then we'll do the other 3. Free up the hard money loan. Also get walk away with some cash to do refinances. My goal then is say, all right, James, we're ready to go. Can you give me a pre-approval with your hard money lender? So that way I can kind of dangle that to agents and wholesalers to find me that fix and rent type of deal, and then we'll get started with due diligence, get in the contract, all that good stuff, and be on our merry way. Does that sound fair?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. And the other thing too I want to tell you, Juan, is I talked to Vince earlier in the today, and he told me that you're the guy, because you got to understand, like, I got connected with Susan, and then she just started sending me like a bunch of deals, and then you had deals and like everything else. But I talked to JB, I talked to Susan, I talked to Vince, I talked to you, and I'm like, I don't know who's in charge, like who's who, you know what I mean? And until basically kind of today, Vince told me that you're the guy. And what I want to do, man, is I really want to make sure that you and I, like, our communication is really good, and that we can build that long-term relationship, because there's a lot of things, that kind of come up on these different deals, but there's also ways to get around it.
Exactly.
You know what
Correct.
I mean? And,
exactly.
If we communicate about issues and things, that's like a lot smoother for everybody. And the thing is that the faster we can close these deals, the more deals we can do. Like some of the deals that we're working on now should have already been closed. You know what I mean? But it's like, I know that these clients, they rely on you guys, for guidance and stuff on certain things. You know what I mean? And I'm like, man, if I can talk to whoever's running the show over there, then we can get on the same page. Then I can help you, or just be a resource for you, to be able to help you with anything. All
right, I'm gonna talk with him offline. He's trying to talk business on another level. But you heard it from James himself. So we got things straightened out. I'm entertaining him and Rick, but I like him because he's hungry, he's aggressive, and James does a great job. Again, we did a lot of refinances. Hey, this is real estate. Delays, missing documents, vague timelines, right? Lender coordination, the holiday slowdowns. This is real estate at its finest. And still, we keep the ball moving. Forward progress, baby. This is real estate investing under pressure. All right, right now I'm on my way to pick up my little man in this vehicle, right? Because real estate is a destination. All right, I know it's a little corny, but that's a dad joke. But I really want him to see, even though he's young, he's still trying to learn how to speak. He's almost 2. His birthday is actually Sunday. But I still want him to see how his dad deals with things under pressure, right? How his dad is able to creatively problem solve and collaborate and network with others. And unlike school, right, it just teaches you to work on your own and try to problem solve by yourself. And if you collaborate with others, that's called cheating. It's not the same in life, it's not the same in business. So I want him to see that. I want to drill this in his subconscious mind. So it's time. I gotta go pick him up before they start charging me late fees. So I'll see you soon. Peace. Here's mi hijo favorito. He said, what are you doing, Dad? Why you always got me on film? Just in case you're wondering, it's because it's a tax write-off. I pay this man's LLC money for modeling and acting. That's right. So that way, he's a businessman in the making, and Daddy gets to write off stuff in his taxes. Yay! Don't you love that? That's what it's all about, man. You got to maximize your tax write-offs, and guess what? You can do that as a real estate investor, but that's besides the point. That's another story. But what I want to share with you right now, while I got my boy here, everybody hit the road, going to church, through church, love the church, and just taking notes and so forth, just being a student, while I'm there. Not just hearing what the pastor has to say, but really jotting things down. And one line hit me. It was, when life applies pressure, you discover what's really inside you. And that's real estate. That's leadership. And that's legacy. And that's what I'm doing it for right here. That's my legacy. My boy and my daughter. You'll see her soon. Right? Because I know she wants to check soon as well. So this week, it forced me to be the quarterback, to communicate clearer, negotiate better, and stay calmer and move the ball inch by inch. Say adios. Say hasta luego. Ciao, ciao. This is real life. No fluff, no hype. Just solving problems and moving the ball forward. Real estate is not just a financial game. It's a character game. Pressure doesn't break you. Pressure reveals you. Now, you don't have to do anything that I say in this video, but I will tell you this. Just keep coming back. If you're interested in terms of learning more of how we can help you along your journey of acquiring properties to be financially free and get that passive income that you long so desire, not for you, but for legacy, then all you have to do is just check the link below and schedule a discovery call today. And we just want to make sure that you are informed. Why? Because the more informed you are, the more likely you are to take action confidently. As always, it's your success. Continue to earn passively, live passionately. Peace.